Jury selection begins this morning in the federal trial of 3 fired Minneapolis police officers facing civil rights charges in the George Floyd case. Thomas Lane, J. Alexander King, and Tu Tao were all at the scene when Derek Chauvin killed Floyd by kneeling on his neck for more than 9 minutes, 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Chauvin was convicted of murder in a separate state trial last spring. Now, he has pleaded guilty to one of the federal charges. Mola Lenghi is at the federal courthouse in St. Paul, where the other 3 men will now go on trial.
We're back in session and on the record.
Unlike the trial last spring, where court cameras captured Derek Chauvin as prosecutors successfully made their case, this trial won't be broadcast. Former Minneapolis police officers Thomas Lane, J. Alexander King, and Tu Tao are charged with willfully depriving George Floyd of his civil rights. Attorney and legal analyst Joe Tamburino.
What is the defense's argument here?
The defense's argument is twofold. Number one, that they did not willfully try to violate the rights of Mr. Floyd. And secondly, that they had no part in what Mr. Chauvin was doing.
Video of the deadly 2020 encounter shows Lane, King, and Tao also at the scene as Chauvin kneels on Floyd's neck. Lane and King had been on the force for less than a week.
Tao, you know that. What's that, man?
At the heart of this case is whether or not the defendants could and should have tried to stop Chauvin.
In Minnesota, the only person that has to render any aid would be the Good Samaritan laws, but they don't apply to police officers.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
In Minnesota, the troubled relationship between police and the community goes beyond the death of George Floyd. Just last month, former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter was convicted of manslaughter in the shooting death of Dante Wright.
And now we have these 3 former officers. It's quite a unique confluence of all of these issues dealing with police officer and community relations.
Now, Derek Chauvin could make an appearance at this trial. It is possible that he is called to testify by either the prosecution or the defense, but at this point it's unclear if either side will do that. If convicted, these 3 officers could face up to life in prison, Tony.
A lot of healing still needs to happen there in Minnesota, and the search for justice is part of it. Mola, thank you very much.